Hey, what's up everybody? Prospector here with Watcher Realms. Welcome to the channel. Today we're going to be doing the Defender's Ultimate Showdown. Who can last the longest? We'll go over the rules in just a minute, so without further ado, let's dig in. Alright, so here's what we're going to be doing. We're going to be taking these defenders into Artifact 2 Raid Stage 18 against the boss. Now their main mission is going to be surviving the boss's hits as long as possible to try to get that stack number as high as possible. So whoever gets the most stacks at the end of the round is going to be the winner. Now I put out a poll in Discord to let people vote for whichever 3 defenders they thought were going to make it the longest. And I placed in the defenders that I thought, I didn't place in somebody like Constance because I knew she wasn't going to survive this that long. So I put in the defenders in there that I thought would be best candidates for surviving against this boss. Now, here is the results here. We have, hopefully you can see it, it's going to be really small on screen. I'll put it over here. We have Brokkir coming at number 1, Oleg at number 2, Cyrus at number 3, Baron at number 4, and Ghan at number 5. Now, there is some heroes here that I thought would do a lot better, but I said with this poll, these 5 heroes are the ones that I'm going to test, okay? So I thought Isolde would be a much better option than, you know, somebody like Ghan or Baron. Maybe Regulus would be a really good contender as well. King Hars is somebody that could probably do pretty well. I'm not sure about Crodor, but he could probably do decent as well. But Rox is way down here at the bottom with 0 votes. All these guys down here all got 0 votes. And I thought some of these guys would actually be pretty good, but we're going to go with the top 5 voted as per this poll. So keep that in mind. If you guys want to get involved in these polls, don't forget to join Discord. I will be doing these from time to time, and it kind of helps me with making videos, and it helps the community get involved as well. So we have some interesting heroes to work with here. We have Cyrus, we have Brokkir, we have Baron, we have Ghan, and we have Oleg. These are the 5 heroes that we're going to work with. Now, each of these heroes are going to be placed under a lord as well. So whatever lord is going to help them survive the longest, that is the lord they're going to go with. Now, Elowen will always be under Cyrus as a lord to make sure that she's healing properly. These guys get 1 healer on the field with them. So Elowen can join them on the field, help them with some regen, and help them with some heals, alright? Now, ultimates are free to use, as whenever we can start to strategize this and make it work as good as possible. As timing their ultimates can be a little specific sometimes. Any kind of techniques in the way we place them is all fair game, as long as they're holding back the boss and they're, of course, surviving. Now, the gear that we're going to be using is going to be all the same on all of the heroes. I was told that Unshaken Will would be better, but you know, I didn't really have that set really available to me, even on the test server here. It's something I have to work on. I could craft it. We have like 250,000 mats for crafting, so I could probably make it happen. It's gonna take me probably a few hours to put a nice set together, just based on how I tried for a little bit and it didn't get very far very quickly at all. So we're gonna go with Tempered Will. And the Tempered Will set is all gonna be HP percentage. Looking for defense bonus, we're gonna be looking for flat HP, we're gonna be looking for regen and attack speed if we can get it. As of right now, this is the kind of sets I'm going with. Really high defense percentage sets, some flat defense, and kind of focusing a lot on rage, because a lot of these heroes, their ultimates really matter a lot as far as how long they survive. And these are the pieces here. So another HP bonus piece. This is even have a North Throne piece, so if it lands on a North Throne hero, he's gonna get that bonus. So that's just how it works. A little extra HP by 10%. It is what it is. On the left side, we're going to go with Astral Guardian. Astral Guardian has a 30% boost to HP and a 15% boost to defense percentage. And the piece that we're running here also has some nice attack speed and regen as well on the breastplate from the Torador exclusive. Each hero will be using a Bastion Ring maxed out at level 25. Now, if I could think of anything else that is really important going forward as far as the rules go, you know, not really. We're just going to try to time things the best we can, and we're going to see how these guys all turn out. Now, I am going to start with the Baron. So let's go ahead. We need to get Baron under a Lord here. Okay, so now Baron is under the Lord. I'm going to go with Torador because Torador does a great job making him attack faster. This is going to help him, obviously, get back to his ultimate a lot sooner. As far as his skills go, on his ultimate, he has the ability to give himself a very, very nice shield. This is super powerful shield. He also has Unyielding with Immortal Wrath that lasts for 8 seconds, so that's something to keep in mind. On the Awakening, I think, if I'm correctly, right, recovers 50% HP at the end of Immortal's Wrath duration. So he has some pretty cool survivability in there. Now, there's something to keep in mind here. His defense is relatively low at 3113, so it might not be that high. It's 76.80 or 7681 and 110k HP with this set. Of course, with the 82.5% rage regen. So let's go ahead and get into the fight. We're gonna try to time that shield the best that we can. It gets a little finicky and a little hard to deal with sometimes, but I think that Baron is probably the worst of the batch, actually, which is something. He's an absolutely amazing defender. We're gonna put in 2x. I'm gonna play most of these in 2x, just like this. I can see he's taking about 16.5k per hit right now, just from the boss at standard. And when the stacks come up is when the enemy gets to the boss, and he's gonna start stacking up right over here. So that's something to keep an eye on. Depending on the stacks, it's gonna increase his attack as well. So we're gonna try to time that ult when the boss gets a few more stacks on him, and then he starts doing those AoE slams. I think it's gonna be a really good time to use his ultimate. As you can see here, he gets 10% attack increase every single time he gets a stack. Sometimes the enemies will take a whack at the hero before they go and bounce into the boss, but most of the time they don't. Alright, so there you go. He's got his shield up. It's a very strong shield. Taking about 27.3k damage right now per hit. Now it is up to 32.7. I'll slow it down when he starts getting to the point where I think he's not going to make it any further. Starting to have a hard time here. Let's see here. I'll activate his ult now. Okay. 38k per hit. 44. Where are we at? 25 stacks. I want to activate Eloin right now to give him some heals. He looks like he's really struggling now. There goes his Immortal's Wrath. I need to activate this at the right time. Now, obviously. 33 stacks. Man, he struggles. He's struggling. He's going down here. I know it. 35, 39, 41 stacks here. So I'm going to just go ahead. We're going to bring up a sheet here. We're going to put down Baron. And we're going to put 44 stacks. Is it 44 or 41? I think it was 44. Either way, it's not very high, honestly. I'm not really that impressed with that. I have done this a long time ago in the past, and I don't think 44 stacks is enough to cut it anyways. So we're just gonna leave it at 44. Give him a handicap, I guess, if he was only at 41. I'll see it in the editing, and then I'll correct myself in the edit of the video. Anyways, so let's move on to the next hero. I think I want to go with Ghan next, because honestly, I think that Ghan is going to be the next worse, actually. I think he can outdo Baron, but I'm not really sure. You know, let me know what you guys think in the comments before we even get it done. Do you think that Ghan can beat Baron in this Defender Showdown? I just don't see it happening. We'll go over his kit just a little bit in a second here. Alright, so over to his skills. He does have the ability to stack his defense. Each time taking damage, up to 30% defense bonus. Lasts for 15 seconds, so he's gonna have to keep taking hits over and over and over again. On his basic, he's only dealing damage. Onto the first passive, Frantic Retribution. After taking damage, a 25% chance to deal more damage, so he's doing more damage again. Insensibility, though, triggers when HP drops below 30%. If the hero takes damage below 35% max HP, the damage will be reduced to 10. This effect lasts for 15 seconds. Essentially, this is like an Unyielding, to be honest with you. This is like the ability to, taking 10 hit damage is reduced down to 10. It's basically like he's not taking anything. 10 damage is nothing. But it does only last for 10 seconds, and Ghan does not have the ability to actually give himself any kind of shields or healing, as far as I know. So, onto the ultimate is Battle Cry. Increases block by 3 and grants physical damage reduction and magic damage to all allies in range. This includes himself. This is a massive 50% damage reduction. This is huge, guys. Something to keep in mind. When he activates this, he's going to be able to reduce the damage coming into him by 50%. And then also, he's going to be getting another 15% here from Tempered Will. And then I believe he gets more from the Bastion ring. So we're going to increase block by 1. Every blocked unit increases physical damage reduction and magic damage reduction by 9%. So it's getting another 9% there. So we're looking at 65%. We're looking at 74% total damage reduction when his ultimate is going off. So that's something to really keep in mind. So total stats: 123.7k, 10.1k defense, 1.8 second attack interval, and 82.5% rage regen. Forgot to mention that he is his own lord, so he gets into his own lord slot. It is going to increase his defense a bit when his HP is below 30%, and it will also give him a 15% increase to all of his stats, so HP percentage and defense percentage as well. So that's something to keep in mind. Let's move him into the lord position and take a crack at it, shall we? What do you have for us, Ghan? What can you do? What can you do, pal? Let's get him out of the field right here. Now, I don't have a lot of faith in this one. I just don't think he's gonna do really well. I think if he beat Baron, he'd be lucky. Just because all he has is that damage reduction. Now, he has the benefit of having a healer. Something to keep in mind as well is that a lot of these defenders, they will do better on their own without a healer than the others. So Ghan is gonna do like garbage without having Eloin there healing him up, or another healer of some sort, compared to somebody like Brokkir or Baron, who's gonna have those massive shields, a little bit of HP recovery after like the Immortal Wrath. Yeah, the Mortal Wrath with Baron, for example, he gets a 50% HP recovery after the Mortal Wrath ends. Somebody like Brokkir, he gets this same kind of like HP recovery after his unyielding is over as well. So that's something to keep in mind. Ghan's ultimate is pretty long. How long does that last? You can see he does have that damage reduction right here. It lasts for 15 seconds, so it's a good amount of time. So if he gets in trouble, I can activate it and then activate Eloin at the same time and just really keep his health going. It all really depends in the end there, how long they can actually make it. I can just leave him for now. He's still doing okay. I don't want to wait until he starts really suffering and then activate it. You know, see what happens. And then maybe we can get into that like unyielding state. Twice. Okay, so he's starting to get a little low here. Okay, let's activate Eloin. We can do that again. I think he can do better than that. Should have probably activated his ultimate. Come back to it one more time. I think he can do better. That was a failure on my part. Not afraid to admit it. Alright. Come on, Ghan. Let's go. And then it's kind of like boring, kind of just sit here and hang out and wait for it to start getting tough. But, you know, gotta sit through it if we really want to find out who's tough. And he's got a little bit of a lag there in his ultimate as well, right? I'm not a big fan of that. I like it when you activate their ultimate, it just works. I don't know why some of the heroes in the game, they have a delay. Kind of annoying, but 6 stacks, 7 stacks, 8, taking about 23.4. Taking a little less than the others, and that has a lot to do with the fact that he has really high defense. So he's also stacking his defense right now as well. He started off with 10k when he hit the field. Most of the heroes in this competition, I believe, end up at 8k defense on average. So that's something else to keep in mind. So we're at 15 stacks. To activate his ult here. Just only got the last slam. It's kind of hard to time that right. Not that it's absolutely broken right now, but let's see. I want to activate Eloin as soon as these guys start getting close here. Try to keep them going until the next slam. We're at 33. Jeez. Poor Ghan. You can see now he's only taking 10 damage. Look at that. Lasted for 15 seconds. He's fully healed. Now he's going to struggle. We're at 49 stacks. Oh, they didn't sneak off another one. Also, by the way, if one of those enemies come up behind the boss and they just sneak in there right before he gets the match ends, it does count. So 49 stacks for Ghan. It puts him just above Baron. Just barely. These guys are all A5 as well, so that's something to keep in mind. For being A5, the lord of his ability, he's an ancient exclusive lord. He is the Chaos Faction Lord. As far as the defender goes, I'm not that impressed. Now that physical damage and magic damage reduction can be another story. That's something else that can be taken into consideration, but it is what it is. In this competition, you got 49 stacks. Baron's got 44. All right, so let's move on to Oleg. My man, my main man, Oleg. I love Oleg, guys. This hero, I think that everybody has some sort of a connection with Oleg. His defensive abilities are amazing. He is given to you for free for doing the Void Rift. You get them relatively early, and he has the ability to really keep himself going without a healer if you wanted to. You don't even really need a healer on Oleg. The shields that he does here. The silver shield, it's auto, it's every 11 seconds. He casts a shield that can absorb damage equal to 85% of his max HP. So essentially it's like an 85% shield, something along those lines. It doesn't actually show like that on the bar, but it's technically what it is. And then on his ultimate, he stops attacking and shifts to a defensive stance for 30 seconds, increasing physical damage reduction by 50% and block by 1. So he's going to have that physical damage reduction to himself. People say not to use this, but there is times if you use it just right, it works out really well. So 50% damage reduction. Let's say he's just struggling a little bit. You wait till that shield pops, activate his ultimate, then he's got that shield. He's got a 50% damage reduction. Eloin can heal him up, and he can last a little bit longer. That's something to keep in mind, right? His basic attack doesn't really do anything. The Awakenings, though, he does get extra strength in his shields. He gets some extra defense, extra HP. It's damage reductions plus 5%. So that's over that 50% there. When the ultimate trigger, he grants physical damage reduction to allies around him as well. So you can give the allies around him an extra 20% damage reduction. So that's something to keep in mind. His Awakenings are really strong. We have the Bastion Ring on him as well. Same set. Stats were coming in at 100.9k HP, 8171 defense, 1.8 second attack interval. It's gonna be the same for most of these guys, and 82.5% rage regen. What really matters a lot on these defenders is their HP and their defense. And if you didn't know, 100.9k HP on an Oleg or a Baron for that matter, this is absolutely dangerous. This is a lot of HP for this hero. All right, so we're gonna put him under King Hars. He's gonna come down here. I have to keep in mind I need to keep Brokkir off of the bottom list here with him. So King Hars is gonna be offering some shields. He's gonna be offering some defense as well for the shielded faction allies. So it works out really well for him. I'm trying to give them a fair shot. If you were running it with an Lord, and you should, you want them to be tanky, this is going to be part of it. So 15% basic attributes, and he periodically grants all faction team members a shield equal to 30% of their max HP, and other allies even outside the faction 15% as well. So he's getting extra 30% of their max HP periodically, and the more faction allies are on a team, the more frequently it takes effect. So that's the part that I wanted to avoid. I didn't want to take advantage of that and have like a whole bunch of Northrone faction heroes on a team just to try to help Oleg survive longer, or Brokkir for that matter. All right, so let's jump into the fight, shall we? Let's see how Oleg can do. I think that Oleg's gonna beat the two we've already done. I don't know if he can keep up with Cyrus and Brokkir though. That's something those are pretty serious defenders. I think those guys being in the top 3 definitely is accurate. So let's see how he does here. He's gonna have his auto shielding. You can see there's a big old shield coming in. And with Hars being on the team, he's also reduced in the damage as well. Because he's given the extra defense as well. So it's at 14.4 starting off. And this is kind of what I was talking about right now. If I were to activate it with that shield up, look, he's like taking like 0 damage. He's getting a defense bonus from Hars. He's getting a damage reduction. Oh, he doesn't even get, he should have a damage reduction right now. Maybe that's not even working. I don't know, but it seems to be working though. He's only getting 12.5k damage. Once that pops off, we'll see. Yeah, 20.9 already. Yeah, so it definitely was working. It's just not showing up on the screen. Yeah, there's a Hars shield. There's an Oleg shield. It just keeps coming. So 8 stacks right now. Taking 22.7k damage per hit. 29, 31. Ooh, a lot of damage. These guys are amazing. This is a good way to really test out, you know, which defender do you really want to invest in? And obviously, Oleg being as early game as he is, you definitely take this guy to 60. I use Oleg all the time. I'm in like the super end game right now. I put Oleg on the field quite often. 33 stacks, taking 61.9k damage here. So I want to activate his ultimate right now. It should be taking like almost no damage. Eloin's doing a great job. As soon as he comes out of it, I'm going to activate Eloin to try to keep him going a little bit longer. Again, we're at 49 stacks. All right, come on. You got this, buddy. There's a shield. You got a shield back. Oh, it's gone already. 57 stacks coming out of Oleg. Very impressive. Very impressive. Another 8 points over Ghan. Now, there's a chance that, based on timing, that he could do a little bit better. But 57 stacks puts him in, right now, first place. So, it seems to be kind of a trend going on here, right? Baron, and then Ghan, and then Oleg. Just like a little bit higher than the other ones. Brokkir is next on the list, though. Brokkir is going to take this number, and he's going to drive it home, right? I know he's going to drive it home. My boy Brokkir has got this. Let's take a look at him. Get his gear on quick. We have the Super Defender gear set that we're using for all these heroes, all the same. Artifact is going to be Bastion Ring. Of course, he's already got one on. Total stats, he's going to be coming in at 128.8k HP, 9,792 defense as well. Same attack interval, same rage regen. And as far as the skills go, when he goes on the field because of his talent, he automatically grants physical and magic damage reduction to adjacent allies. When he possesses the freeze, he's going to give them a plus 30% physical and magic damage reduction as well. I believe this applies to him as well when he goes on the field. Now, he's going to have a lot of chances to get these freezes. Receiving damage is a 50% chance to inflict freeze on 2 enemies. If the hero has freeze, the chance will be increased by 20%, so that's not going to help much in this case because you can't really freeze the boss. But when receiving fatal damage for the first time, the hero gains freeze and becomes immune to all damage for 12 seconds. So basically it's unyielding for 12 seconds. That's a really long time to stay alive. As an ultimate, he has the ability to give himself a massive shield, goes into a freeze, and it's essentially like unyielding. You're not going to take down Brokkir during this time. I don't know how much damage that would actually take. On the Awakenings, though, he is going to do some more freezing here, some extra HP on his base stats. He has the increased received healing and shield effects by 20%. So this is when he's frozen. Again, it's all about freezes. All damage reductions plus 8%, Awaken level 4. And then Awaken level 5, when Iceberg expires, restores 100% max HP. Iceberg is that passive for when he receives fatal damage. So when he dies, technically, and he comes back, he gets all of his HP back to start off fresh again. This guy is just broken. He's a broken defender, right? So we need to get Oleg up here. We'll swap him with Oleg, put him down with Hars. He's gonna have the same Lord. Let's get it done, shall we? What are you guys guessing? I'm guessing 80. He's gonna make it to 80 stacks. That's what I'm guessing. I don't know, but I'm guessing. All right, so here we go. Already, he has a nice big shield coming in from Hars. Gotta love it. His ultimate is like instant too. So if you activate just a little bit late, he'll activate it and go. He'll stay alive for a lot longer, a lot quicker. So you can see, watch, boom, there it is. It's up. That's what I want to see out of my defenders, right? I don't need this like delay for no reason like Ghan had there. That's kind of annoying. I think Baron's delayed a little bit as well. He's taking about 21.6k damage right now per hit. Seems like the ult comes back pretty quickly. I don't think I'll be able to do it twice in between each devastating strike. But I'm not sure. It'd be tough. It'd be tough. Barely touching him still. 11 stacks. We have 27k hits coming in from the boss. Just don't think I could do 2 hits in between there. And I'm just gonna activate it while he does those AoE hits. Until the end, when he starts really beating him down, you know. Then we'll see how I'm gonna do it. You just have to feel it out. Alright. He's doing alright yet. Don't die. Don't want that unyielding to activate quite yet. Activate his ultimate here. I think I might want to get this LON going in a minute here. Exactly sure. Yes, I want to get LON going. Oh shoot, he activated. That's okay. We're at 49 stacks. I think it's okay. I don't know. He should be able to take these AoE slams. Come on. No, I don't think so. I'm gonna activate. 59, 61, 67. Come on, Brokkir, let's go. What we got? 71? 71 stacks coming out of Brokkir. What did I say? I thought it was gonna be 80, so I'm nine ahead of myself here. So we're going with Brokkir at 71 stacks. That is a huge jump from before, isn't it? 71 stacks coming out of Brokkir. So there's one left. There is one left, and thanks to Destined and a couple other guys in the Discord, I have learned something new about Mr. Cyrus. They believe he's gonna take this home. And I said, I don't see how. Because he doesn't really offer any shielding for himself, right? Well, he has this amazing ability to have these summons out, right? And here on his skills, he has two different things happening. So he has the Lord of the Undead. So 60% of incoming damage will be absorbed by the hero's summons. So if you have a skeleton out there and he's taking damage, 60% of that will go to the skeletons. When the hero receives fatal damage, one of the summons will be sacrificed to resist that damage as well. So if it's timed perfectly, oh my gosh. When the HP of the hero's summon is below 50%, increases attack speed a little bit, so this can help with the rage regen as well, as long as the hero's summon survives for a little bit longer after that. On the basic, it's just damage. On Legion of the Dead, he summons a skeleton fighter. It's what we need to have up in order to have that 60% damage reduction. And you can pop this like right when you're about to take a hit, and he can take that, or the skeleton will take that fatal damage instead of Cyrus. So that's something to keep in mind. As far as his Lord skill go, he is his own Lord. So he's going to give himself an extra 50% stats. He is going to reduce the skill cost of the ultimate by 25%. And he does some damage increase as well, but that's not going to be much of an effect for him. On the Awakenings, when summoning Skeleton Fighter, there's a 25% chance to summon a Skeleton Warrior. So Skeleton Warrior counts. It's going to work fine for us. A2 is nothing really special. A3 summons an extra skeleton when deployed. This isn't going to really help much. A4 is Radiant Auto +1. This can help. Awaken level 5 is upon death or retreat, summons one Skeleton Fighter. This isn't going to help him really any. If he summons this, or if he activates this ability, he's already lost the fight. So let's see what his stats are at here. 122.5k HP, 7975 defense. So his defense is not really that impressive. His HP is pretty darn good though. Not quite Brokkir's. We have a 1.9 second attack interval, and we have rage gen 82.5%. And the artifact is going to be, of course, a Bastion Ring. So because of the way his skeleton works, it's ideal to point him to the side and try to keep his skeletons alive over on the side. That way they're not taking direct damage. Cyrus is taking direct damage, but he's also being reduced by the skeletons that are on the field. So you'll see that happening as soon as we get in there. Thank you, Destined and Fabians, I think his name was, for the tip. I greatly appreciate it. I'm gonna go into this actually looking like an idiot, making Cyrus look really stupid by pointing him forward or something like that. Here we go. Now you're gonna see when he starts taking damage, the skeletons are taking hits. Here, this is because they are taking that 60% off of that damage between the two of them. One of them is here. I think this might be a warrior. I think he's taking well, he's taking the majority of it, isn't he? He must be taking the 40%, and the regular skeleton must be taking the 20%. But yeah, that's what it kind of looks like, doesn't it? Alright, so he's taking 6.7k per hit. As you can see, skeletons are still sitting there alive. You can also hold them back a little bit if you wanted to. 7,300, 9,900. Now the skeletons are gone. He's not getting any help from the skeletons. If I were to, hold on a second. Alright, so 11.4. If I put a skeleton up, you see kind of reduces the damage a little bit, down to 16 or 6k. He also was able to survive with the skeleton because of the lethal damage was coming in, and the skeleton takes it instead. but then the skeleton dies. So I think his ultimate comes back really quickly. If I wanted to put one up in between, I could. All right. Doing well, doing well. I'm gonna slow it down right around 50, I think. Still doing good. He's not taking a lot of damage yet. I feel like he should be taking more damage. He doesn't even have skeletons on the field right now. Okay, 33 stacks. We're taking 26. Let's get a skeleton out. All right. Still doing amazing. I'm focusing here. 57. Still okay. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and activate this. And I want to hit Eloin as well right now. Try to keep him going as long as possible here. I want to get him going one more time. 77. Oof. I want to put Skelly out. I think he's going to lose it. He's going to lose it. 77, can we get more? 78, 80. It's impressive. Wow. I had no idea. I had no idea that Cyrus is going to be that good of a defender. He needs a lot of your attention though when he's on the field, compared to like Brokkir or Oleg or something like that. But apparently, if he has a skeleton out, he's good to go. It's actually pretty impressive. It's almost like having a whole bunch of extra lives. So if you have, I mean, GVG or something like that for that example, or so if you put him in there for GVG and you want Cyrus to be your main defender, you need to point that guy away from the enemies so that way he can spawn a skeleton where the skeleton is safe. So that way if they take out Cyrus, instead of taking him out, they take out the skeleton and then your DPS can take out the enemy coming in. Cyrus coming in at 80 stacks, guys. First place, Cyrus. 80 smackaroos. So we have Cyrus coming in at first place at 80 stacks. We have Brokkir coming in second place at 71 stacks. Oleg at 57, Ghan at 49, and Baron at 44 stacks. I'm a little disappointed in Baron. Honestly, I think he should, I feel like as much as people talk him up, I think he should be like a 50 stack kind of guy at least beating Ghan, who doesn't have any kind of shields or unyielding or anything like that. I mean, I guess he has like a fake unyielding, but you know, man, I think Baron, I'm a little disappointed in Baron. Now there is some heroes that were on this list here. I'm gonna pull it up really quickly that I thought could do better. I might have mentioned a little bit before. I think that Regulus could do a really good job on this. I also think that Isolde could really top the charts here as well. I think those two could probably beat out Baron, to be honest with you. And even King Hearts, as far as a defender. People talk bad about King Hearts all the time, but he's going to be self-shielding. He has massive shields. If you get him out there, he can do a really good job. I'm not sure about Trusk and Krodor. I don't see them being this high level as far as defensive capability goes, even with a healer on them. But Rox could be somebody that could do really well as also. His physical damage reduction, magic damage reduction to himself and his allies around him. That's something to keep in mind. So anyways, guys, that is it for today's video. Cyrus is a #1 as far as survivability goes because of the way he summons those skeletons. Now, if you want to get involved in any of these kind of polls in the future, don't forget to join the Discord. I do plan on using these polls more for my videos as far as like pitting heroes up against each other, which heroes you'd like to see against each other, things like that. So if you want to get involved in what's going on here on the channel as far as the videos go, the best place to do it is on Discord. Besides that, we got hero guides, stage guides, tier guides, price guides, takeovers, and also a great community. So don't be afraid to join the Discord, and don't be shy to post messages up in the general chat. But anyways, guys, that's all I have for today's video. Thanks for tuning in, and until next time, keep digging.